What's your name and what are you doing at JFall?
My name is Grace Jansen, and I'm presenting at JFall.
And what are you presenting?
Presenting on the challenges that we face as modern cloud-native Java developers and how things like platform engineering and internal developer platforms and portals can help with those challenges.
Okay, clouds. So is that something which matches with Java?
In terms of like the cloud infrastructure?
Is Java a good language for the clouds?
I would say originally, no.
No.
It was never designed with the cloud in mind.
Java, the cloud doesn't exist.
Well, exactly. Java is older than I am. So like there definitely wasn't a cloud at this point. You know what I mean? So originally, no. But I would say thanks to the continued efforts of the sort of stewards and community and contributors to the Java ecosystem, it's getting there. I'm not going to say it's perfect because I don't think any language is perfect for the cloud because it's continuously evolving. But it's definitely in a much better place. And we have the tools and the infrastructure and the technologies to be able to help more traditional Java apps get to the cloud.
Mm-hmm. And what has changed in Java that made it better for the cloud?
I think the sort of the features within Java themselves, firstly, but secondly, the supporting tools and technologies and projects that enable those Java apps to be able to modernize, to be able to migrate, and to be able to be effectively deployed on the cloud. Mm-hmm. So being able it's not just a, we fix the language and everything else falls into place. It takes a whole ecosystem of projects and tools, whether that be open source or proprietary, to support those applications to be able to get them to the cloud. So I think it's a mixture of evolution in the language itself and evolution in the supporting ecosystem around it.
And there are more changes coming to Java?
Yeah.
Some specific things you're looking forward to?
So I really want to try out more around Project Loom. I'm quite interested in sort of the threading there. I haven't had much of a chance to play around with it yet, but hopefully maybe I'll get to have a play around soon, maybe make a demo or something. That would be quite fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you summarize your talk in 2 sentences for us now?
Okay. We face a lot of challenges as cloud native developers. And in order to support us going forward as we develop cloud native apps, we need to be considering how we can do a developer first infrastructure approach. And IDPs, internal developer platforms, and platform engineering might just be something you'd want to consider for that.
And what is an internal platform? What is it?
So the clue's in the name. So I say IDP. We're in technology. We just love acronyms. You might use IDP to describe internal developer portal, which is sort of the face that you'd interact with, the UI. But internal developer platform is all about designing an internal, so internally facing, not anything like, you might be familiar with external developer platforms like Twilio's developer platform. We're not talking about external facing, mostly internal for the organization. Developer, because we're really focused on the development of the apps, what are developers now responsible for? And platform, because this is really the approach we're taking to be able to provide a single space, a platform, to be able to utilize it to effectively build and deploy and maintain and manage our apps.
So you have this separation of development and then operation, run it in the cloud, then DevOps is the merge of it. How responsible should the developer be about where his stuff is running?
So there's always a balance, right? And that balance is, I would say, very specific to each organization, because where I think platform engineering comes in is instead of having a dev team and an ops team and you're throwing stuff over the fence and you don't care about it, or the opposite end where you've got ops focusing on really innovative, Kubernetes focused sort of responsibilities, and development taking on more and more and more of the ops, starting to get more towards that DevOps. Where platform engineering comes in and enables you to have a team, a platform engineering team, to take responsibilities off both, off ops and off dev, to be able to provide a standardized set of tools, of build scripts, of code, like infrastructure as code, for example, so that your developers can focus on their applications, your ops can focus really on sort of the operation side of things, so maybe billing, for example, or sort of the underlying hardware, as an example, and your platform engineering can really do the stuff in between. So it should hopefully be better for both.
Okay, and then we have already talked about this a few times, is FinOps,
Yep.
the financial aspect, and the EcoOps.
Yep. Oh, there's so many ML ops.
What
You've
is
got
that?
ML for machine learning.
machine learning,
Yeah,
okay.
GitOps,
They already have ops?
DevOps,
Okay.
BizOps. Honestly, there's like an endless amount of ops.
But how important is the cost in that thing?
So cost is always going to be a major factor, I would say. It's not necessarily something that all developers think in the forefront of their mind, am I deploying in a cost-effective manner? Because we like to innovate, we like to do fun stuff. We're not necessarily thinking about what some consider
What is the price?
the boring price aspect. But at the end of the day, most of us work for organizations that need to reach a bottom line. And so cost is a major factor. Even if you're working for something like a charity or an NGO, cost is still a factor because you have a limited budget to be able to get stuff done. So it really plays a key role in terms of what we should be thinking about going forward. And I think there's a lot that we can do in development that we don't necessarily think of to be able to reduce those costs, like tweaking the way that we're running our JVM, for example, or are we enabling as effective as we can in our code in terms of the number of lines that we're running or the way in which we're building our application. So I think there's lots of steps we can take. It's just about bringing that to the forefront of developers' awareness and minds so that they're thinking about that as they develop the application.
Yeah, it's something we already discussed. Currently, there's no way to know how much energy your application is consuming, which is also a critical factor in cost and profitability. Okay, very interesting topic. I like to invite you for one of the next podcasts for a long.
That would be great fun. I would love it.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks so much
Have
for
fun
having me.
here at JFall. Thank you.